A decision was made at the most recent CITES Conference of Parties to allow South African lion captive breeders to continue trade in lion bones, but only when an export quota for the trade has been established and communicated to CITES Secretariat. The South African National Biodiversity Institute, which is the scientific authority to the Department of Environmental Affairs, announced its recommendation to institute an annual export quota of 800 captive bred lion skeletons. This recommendation has received heavy criticism from animal advocates.
It's terrible news, not only for those 800 lions, but for the progress that we should be making in this industry at the moment to see an end to the trading in captive bred animals.
Environmental Affairs Department says it's too early to determine the final outcome of the quota.
The figure that has been bandied around, that's also been making its waves in the media, it's based on the previous year's quota. Now, for you to put a proposal in terms of a quota, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a final word. You put a proposal based on the previous record. But of course, scientific authority can come back and say, we don't agree with the quota.
Animal activists say breeding captive lion is not only cruel and contrary to the global shift against captive wildlife, it also poses potential danger to wild lions. They fear it will increase poaching.
What we've seen is an increase over the last 10 years in the export of lion bones and body parts. More than 3,200 of these pieces have already been exported in this period of time from captive breeding, and of course the incidence in poaching has increased. So just recently we've seen 6 lions being hacked to death for their parts. Just before that, a few weeks ago, another 2. And so the incidents in poaching are going to increase because of course the demand is there.
The South African government estimates that there are approximately 6,000 captive African lions in South Africa, bred for various economic purposes.
The idea is not to snap the industry. The idea is not to in any way take decisions in a rush. The idea is to ensure that at the ultimate end, the sustainable utilization of natural resources is embraced, while at the same time ensuring that we respect science, but also we remain the home of the part of the biggest the lion population.
Critics also point to a lack of proper public consultation before the current recommendation was made. They say this whole episode will affect the country's image.
South Africa has a very big problem on its hands because this is a huge brand risk to the country if we allow this to continue.
SADC has been seeing a tremendous growth in terms of African lions population. Other areas in the world might be seeing a decline, but we've seen an increase. Kruger National Park has seen a tremendous increase in terms of female lion population. There's something that we're doing right, and it's because of that particular good formula that we believe strongly that whatever we're doing now would not in any way threaten the population of the lion.
Mudisa says even though the recommendation has been made, no exports of lion bones will be authorized in 2017 until the export quota for the trade in these specimens has been established and communicated to CITES. Yolisa, Njamela, CGTN, Pretoria, South Africa.